It's SacTown Movie Buffs TV with your hosts, Kier Stows and Bunny Stewart.
Welcome back to another edition of SacTown Movie Buff Television. Once again, it's your host, Kier the Critic.
And your bestie, Bunny Stewart.
And today in the studio, we have an individual that's the executive director of the CFAA, a member, an organization I'm actually a member of as well, Miss Laurie Pederson, and it's very, very welcoming to meet with you and to talk with you and just kind of find out a little bit more about how you got involved and how you started the organization. So thank you for being on the show today.
Well, I think the most interesting thing about this is that we're conducting this interview through Access Sacramento. My very first film was an Access PCS film.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm. It was in 2001, and I had never been involved in filmmaking before, but after going to the cast and crew call, I went up to one of the directors and I said, you know, I don't know anything about making movies at all, but I can make coffee and I can make phone calls, so I'm sure I can help somewhere. And that was how I got into the very first film. It was within a week that he said, you know how I put you in charge of wardrobe? Now I need you to be in charge of production because I just lost my production supervisor.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
I said, if you direct me,
Right.
I can do anything, but I have no idea what you mean.
Right, right.
I don't know a grip from a gaff. So, yeah, that was my first experience. But what I found was it created a snowball effect of something that I loved. And I loved the people that were involved in it. I just kind of started going from one project to the next.
Right.
And every project I enjoyed myself. I learned that much more. I realized the importance of taking on responsibility once you finally knew what that should look like.
Oh, right.
And it was really, in a very short amount of time, I was at a point where I felt like, okay, our community needs more. Our community needs
sure.
the ability. We had a very loosely knit film group that would meet at the Crest, but half the time we couldn't talk because there was a movie playing, or
right.
so we didn't
Right.
have any
It
kind
wasn't
of
a good setting to have great conversations.
Yes, and we just recognized everybody was talking about the movie they wanted to make. And so in order to support that, what should that look like? What kind of an organization, should we create? And so the Capital Film Arts Alliance was built from that. And it was really, and it has continued to be run by volunteers who are filmmakers and writers and actors and people in the community that, really see the benefit of sharing their skills and also being able to kind of glean skills that other people have as well.
Right. So it's just kind of all inclusive in terms of anybody at any level could kind of come in and kind of learn and kind of figure out what works best for them and kind of go to pursue different avenues.
Yeah, we've had everything from people that are just starting out and they don't know their grip from their gaffer, and then we have other people who have had long esteemed careers that want to come back in and contribute something. We're seeing a lot, ironically, of transplants from Los Angeles.
Interesting.
People who are coming to Northern California for the way of life and recognizing they come across us, online or
Right.
in whatever, and they come in and it's a room full of people that are all speaking their language. And so they're totally excited about,
Yeah.
I didn't even know there was anything like
Right.
this.
And
So,
Yeah.
Do you think that because LA is so big that they just feel like they're just kind of lost in the scene and they come up here, or what do you think?
yeah, I think we've all realized that you can work remote or you can work and travel to your job
Right.
in a way that, at one point we thought, well, if I'm going to work in the movies, I have to
have to
live
be
in
in
Hollywood.
Hollywood or
I have
LA,
to be
right.
accessible. Well, if you live in Hollywood,
Not
it's going to
anymore.
take you just as much time to get to the studio
Yeah.
as if you live in Sacramento to get to the studio.
No, I'm sorry. Yeah, I think it's a great organization. Just in terms of, so you've been doing this for, what year was it?
We
founded?
started the organization in 2004.
Okay.
So we just have been celebrating our 20th anniversary, and we did a
happy
very poor
anniversary.
job of celebrating ourselves. But we have a new space that we've actually moved to in January of this year at the Imported Studios space here in Sacramento. So we've gone from Folsom, which was a 4-minute commute for me.
Right, so now you're commuting a little bit further.
Now we're, going to Sacramento, but it's a phenomenal space.
Right, I've been in that space before. It is a very nice space, and it's great for...
so great. And the people that run it could not be nicer, could not be more, they're just really supportive of everybody in the business.
For sure.
And it's not, it's just one of those things. I feel like everybody that we connect with these days is helping us to
Kind of
give
fulfill
other
your
people
mission.
a hand up even more and more.
For sure. What are so like if somebody's like brand new and they decide that I want to be a member of the CFAA, I don't really know what I want to do. You guys have a lot of different training programs that kind of help with that. How does that work?
We put on a training class last year for production assistants, and we actually it was a paid training, but we got grant money from California Arts Council, and we applied that to 40 scholarships for that many students to be able to come in over a 3-week period and take a class that was conducted by Aaron Leong, and bringing in again some of the best speakers and people in the region to talk about the work that they do. So yeah, the production assistant class was incredible. It was so successful. I don't know of any time when I've had 40 people sign up for a free class and then had them actually show up.
Oh, that's wonderful.
And the great thing now is that we're still seeing them, they come back.
Right.
And yet this time now they're telling me about, oh yeah, I got a job over here. I got a gig over here. So what
That's a great feeling though, right?
well, that's what keeps me doing this.
Right.
After all these years, that honestly is what keeps me doing it, is the benefit that other people get out of the connectivity, really, that we provide.
Yeah. Well, I know that I have greatly enjoyed all of your different classes that you have there, and it really affected my whole perception of the community. Like when people come here, I say CFAA. That's the best way to network.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
it's
I
true.
mean, yeah, no, 100%.
So thank you for the service that you do.
Exactly. When people ask me all the time about organizations, and I always recommend the CFAA, and I just think that it's just such a welcoming community of people, and there are a lot of people that I think are doing really good, positive things in the community. They're leaders in the community. You have prominent directors like Aaron, who we just talked to, and you have a lot of people that are doing a lot of great things, and I think it gives somebody that's like brand new come in an opportunity to kind of see, oh wow, I could be doing that, or this person might be able to mentor me and show me kind of where I'm lacking and help me out with some of my skills. So I think it's a wonderful thing.
At the very least, to know that they're welcome, and they come in not knowing where they fit in, and if we can kind of direct them to the right place or person or something to, take it to that level, then that's great. That's what we all get happy from. And I think that when you came in and started your business, it was so obvious that it was a really good match for the community. And I'm so thankful that you've managed to keep up the, activity level that you have.
It's a challenge, but it's fun.
Oh, trust me.
Preach to the choir.
I definitely, I love it, and that's always been my thing is how can we help this community grow, and And I think what your organization's doing, I think there's a lot of great leaders here in the community. I think what Sally does, and we'll talk with her in a little bit as well. It's just there's a lot of people that
That's
are
my
really
girl.
Yeah.
really trying to help people in the community, and I notice these things, and these are the people that I like to talk to and find out more about kind of what makes them tick and how they got involved in the business. So,
Yeah,
so I
yeah.
thank you so much for being on the show and kind of
Sure.
sharing your story and sharing a little bit more about your organization, and hopefully, you know, if it gets 1 or 2 or 3 or 100 more people to want to join, then we've done our job.
You know, we're just building an army here in
That's right.
Sacramento, and if we're not ready when the work comes,
Right.
if we're not ready with trained,
And it's gonna
skilled
come.
people,
Right.
we're going to miss the opportunity.
100%.
Yeah.
100%.
And it's
gonna
coming.
come. And you can feel it. You know, you can feel the activity, the energy. You're starting to see some more projects starting to come this way.
Yeah.
And so it's going to continue. It's just going to take more organizations like yourself and just people just trying to help people to get to that next level. So thank you again for sharing your story.
Thank
You're
you
welcome.
so
And
much.
we'll have you back again sometime.
We'll do a whole half hour.
yeah. We'll do a whole half hour next time.
I got 20 years we could talk about.
There we go.